Hey gang, how's it going? John Ravenwolf back with another episode of Raw Life. Once again, just as I promised in the last video, we're going to talk about this right here. Yep, you got it, another rod holder. This is a portable rod holder, just like the last one that you can carry your rods with. But this particular one works great for carrying either by the handle or by a strap over your shoulder, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Now, instead of getting the white PVC at the local Lowe's, I decided to go ahead and go with the black. Got some nice white caps to go on the end. Looks pretty cool. But let me tell you what I did. I got one 10-foot section, and when you measure them out, they're probably about 19 inches. So you have 19 inches, and actually you can carry 6 rods in this as well. Now, in my first prototype, I did one with a 45-degree angle here, and decided to go with a 90 because it just holds the rods better. It doesn't tip forward, that type of thing. And the ones in the front are probably about a foot, give or take. So, once again, I put the white caps on the bottom. If you look back here, I've also put the white caps in the back. Now, what you don't see is that I took a hole saw and drilled into the bottom of them, into the top two and the bottom two, so that they wouldn't rotate at all. And then took the center one and notched it so that it would fit right down into in between. Now that, as you can see, is 5 altogether. Let me take these rods out real quick, and you can see that there's 5 or 6, I'm sorry. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's one in the center that's down there even further. So basically all I did was, in assembling this, I took 2 bands that I got also at Lowe's, and to clamp them all together, I used some screws to set these in. Even though I did glue them, I wanted to make sure, because in the prototype I wanted to be able to unscrew them and actually switch it around the way I needed it to be. But here we have the ability to have 6 rod holders altogether. So we have the one in the center, the one in the top. In the previous video, these are the rods that I was talking about that were a little bit longer. So, now, if you want to make it longer, you can, and extend it even further here on the bottom to make room for those surf rods that I was talking about. Now, out of the rod holder that I showed you before that would mount on an SUV or the pickup truck, I'm going to take these rods and place them in. Now you notice that I also made the slots in the rod holders themselves in this PVC so that it would hold the rod and the reel out, so that there was no way that they would tangle or intermix. Now I didn't do that on these bottom ones here. However, as long as you have the one in the bottom, you'll see that they just hang naturally and go down and lock into the legs like the one on the left did. But it also happens here on the right. The rod, or the reel, I'm sorry, hits it to the point in which you have no problem was being able to carry these rods at one time. So let me back up the camera, and I'm going to show you the difference in carrying them as to using the shoulder harness that I used. Because basically, let me get a close-up. On here, I used a reducer from 1.5 inches down to 1 inch, and then used a short piece of about, it was closer to 6 inches once it butts in and glues in. And then I put on tape just for the grip itself, so that it's nice and comfortable to carry. And then I used a metal self-tapping screw, like on the other positions, to use on an old strap to carry them with. And I'll show you that here in a minute. So basically, this particular setup is used for, like I said, if you're carrying like so. But what's even better yet is if you have your hands full with other things that you need to take with you while you're fishing, you just sling it over your shoulder and carry it like so. How beautiful is that, right? It's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's just as easy as in the last video with the one that, but even easier actually than the one that I showed you before. There's no tangles. You don't have to worry about anything interfering with the rods. You can take 2 rods, you can take 3 rods, you can take all 6. It doesn't matter. This is the best way I've found in order to carry my rods, along with my cooler and my fishing bag that has all the immediate type of fishing that I want to do, lures and lines and setups and everything else that I want in it. You can't beat it. So there you go. Hope this helps you out. Go to Lowe's. This cost me a total of 20 bucks. I can't beat it, right? You can order things like this. I can't remember the name of the company that does these types of things, and it's okay. But if you like to do things on your own, DIY type of stuff, this is a fun little project to do. You just, no glue required really, except if you want to glue in the T's here. Other than that, it's a fun little project. You don't have to worry about painting it. You throw it all together, guess what? You got a fishing rod holder that you can carry down the banks through tight spots in the woods, weeds, whatever you want, down a path. You can carry it backwards, you can carry it forwards, whatever you want to do, because you have that sling on it. Just use some self-tapping screws. A lot of the hardware that I get from Harbor Freight. It's really cheap, and God knows I got enough of it to last me for many more projects, just like you will too. All right, so hey, hope this helps you out. Hope you like what I'm showing you. If you do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Raw Life. Y'all keep it straight up there. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.